Top 20 fruits you should eat to flush out toxins at night. Your kidneys are failing in silence right now, and the one thing that could slow it down is sitting in your kitchen, ignored. Most people find out their creatinine is high and immediately start removing things. They cut protein, they cut sodium, they cut potassium, they shrink their plate down to almost nothing, following a list of restrictions that leaves them feeling powerless, confused, and quietly terrified. And honestly, nobody blames them. That is exactly what the standard playbook tells you to do. But here is what that playbook never mentions. For thousands of years, long before creatinine was a word, long before a blood panel existed, long before a nephrologist could hand you a printout and send you home with a referral, ancient healers were keeping kidneys functional into old age using nothing but what they pulled from the earth. And they weren't doing it by restricting. They were doing it by adding. By feeding the kidneys exactly what they needed to flush, filter, and restore themselves, especially at night, when the body shifts into its deepest cycle of repair. Modern science is just now catching up to what those healers already knew. And what it is finding is both surprising and, if you're dealing with elevated creatinine right now, genuinely important. In this video, we're going to walk through 20 specific fruits, some ancient, some surprisingly ordinary, one of them almost certainly already in your home, that research suggests may support kidney function, reduce the burden of creatinine buildup, and help your body do what it was always designed to do: heal itself quietly while you sleep. What most people don't realize is that the kidneys do not rest at night. They actually intensify their filtration and tissue repair work during the hours of sleep, which means what you eat in the evening hours is not just dinner. It is, in a very real sense, medicine. And number 7 on this list is going to make you see one of the most ordinary fruits on the planet in a way you never have before. The final one, number 1, will challenge everything you thought you understood about where real healing actually comes from. Let's begin. Number 20, red grapes. The ancient Greeks cultivated them. The Romans revered them. And for centuries, healers across the Mediterranean prescribed grapes not for celebration, but for cleansing. Modern science has found something remarkable inside the skin of red grapes, a compound called resveratrol. Research suggests resveratrol has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties that may help reduce oxidative stress in kidney tissue. Oxidative stress is one of the key drivers of declining kidney function. Beyond resveratrol, red grapes are naturally low in potassium and phosphorus compared to many other fruits, which makes them one of the safer fruit choices even for those with more advanced kidney concerns. A small handful in the evening, eaten whole with the skin, is the most effective way to access these compounds. Just be mindful of portion size, as the natural sugar content can be a consideration for those managing blood glucose. Number 19, pineapple. Most people think of pineapple as a tropical indulgence. What they do not know is that it contains one of the most studied natural enzymes in nutritional biochemistry, bromelain. Bromelain is a proteolytic enzyme, meaning it helps break down proteins. Studies indicate it may have anti-inflammatory properties that could benefit the kidneys by reducing systemic inflammation, a known contributor to renal stress. Pineapple is also relatively low in potassium, making it a more kidney-friendly fruit than many assume. The practical application here is simple. A few slices of fresh pineapple in the early evening, not canned in syrup, but fresh or frozen, may offer a gentle enzymatic support that your body can use during the overnight repair cycle. The caution? Those on blood thinners should consult a physician, as bromelain may have mild anticoagulant properties. Number 18, blueberries. These small, unassuming berries have been the subject of more nutritional research than almost any other fruit in the last 2 decades. Studies have found that the anthocyanins in blueberries, the pigments that give them their deep blue color, may help protect the kidneys from oxidative damage. One area of particular interest is their potential role in reducing DNA damage in kidney cells exposed to oxidative stress. Traditional medicine in North America, particularly among indigenous communities, used blueberries and their leaves medicinally for generations before science had the language to explain why. They are also naturally low in sodium and phosphorus, and research suggests they may help reduce inflammation markers in the body. A small bowl in the evening, perhaps with a handful of red grapes, creates a synergistic antioxidant profile that may support nighttime renal function. Number 17, cranberries. For decades, cranberries have been associated almost exclusively with urinary tract infections. But the story goes much deeper than that. The proanthocyanidins in cranberries are believed to prevent certain harmful bacteria from adhering to the walls of the urinary tract and kidneys. This is not a minor benefit for someone dealing with elevated creatinine. Kidney infections can rapidly accelerate renal decline. Beyond their antimicrobial properties, cranberries are naturally diuretic, meaning they may support increased urine flow, which helps the body flush out waste products including creatinine. The key is unsweetened cranberry juice or whole dried cranberries without added sugar. The sweetened varieties negate much of the benefit. What most people don't realize is that the tartness of cranberry is actually the medicinal signature of its most active compounds. Number 16, watermelon. In ancient Egypt, watermelons were placed in the tombs of pharaohs as sustenance for the afterlife. They were that valued, and for good reason. Watermelon is approximately 92% water, making it one of the most naturally hydrating foods on the planet. For kidney health, hydration is not optional. It is foundational. Adequate fluid intake is essential for the kidneys to maintain sufficient filtration and excretion of waste products. But watermelon offers more than water. It contains an amino acid called citrulline, which research suggests may support nitric oxide production, helping to relax and dilate blood vessels, including those that supply the kidneys. Improved renal blood flow is directly linked to improved filtration capacity. Consumed in the early evening before the overnight fast, a moderate portion of watermelon may help prime your kidneys for their nocturnal work. Number 15, lemon. Do not be deceived by its simplicity. The lemon may be one of the most powerful kidney allies that nature has ever produced. Lemons are rich in citric acid, and research suggests that citric acid may help prevent the formation of kidney stones by binding with calcium in the urine and inhibiting crystal growth. But the benefit extends beyond stone prevention. Lemon juice has a mild alkalizing effect on the body's internal environment once metabolized, and studies indicate that a more alkaline urinary pH may support kidney function by reducing the metabolic burden of acid excretion. Hippocrates, the father of Western medicine, used citrus preparations for what he called disorders of the blood, a concept that, interpreted through a modern lens, aligns remarkably with detoxification and waste clearance. Half a lemon squeezed into warm water in the evening is one of the oldest and most well-validated kidney support rituals in traditional medicine. Number 14, papaya. The ancient Mayans called it the fruit of angels, and they used it not just as food, but as medicine, particularly for digestive and inflammatory conditions. Papaya contains papain, another proteolytic enzyme similar in action to bromelain. It also contains a remarkable concentration of antioxidants, including vitamin C, vitamin E, and beta-carotene. But here is what number 14 reveals that most kidney health discussions miss entirely. Research suggests papaya may have a mild diuretic effect, supporting the body's natural excretion of waste through increased urine output. For individuals with elevated creatinine, anything that supports filtration without adding stress to the kidneys is valuable. Papaya is also relatively low in potassium compared to fruits like bananas and oranges, making it a safer option. Ripe papaya, consumed in the evening hours when the digestive system is winding down, allows its enzymatic compounds to work in relative calm. Number 13, cherries. Cherries have been used in Chinese medicine for centuries to address what practitioners call damp heat in the lower organs. A description that, when decoded through modern physiology, bears a striking resemblance to kidney inflammation and fluid stagnation. Modern research has found that tart cherries in particular contain high concentrations of anthocyanins and melatonin. Melatonin is not just a sleep hormone. It is also a potent antioxidant that the kidneys utilize during sleep. Studies indicate that tart cherry consumption may reduce circulating uric acid levels, and elevated uric acid is directly associated with kidney strain and elevated creatinine. The mechanism appears to involve both increased uric acid excretion through the kidneys and reduced production at the cellular level. A small glass of tart cherry juice in the evening, with no added sugar, has become one of the most discussed natural interventions in integrative nephrology circles. Number 12. Peaches. Soft, sweet, and deeply underestimated. Peaches are high in vitamin C and contain a variety of phenolic compounds that research suggests have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. For kidney health, the relevance lies in their natural content of potassium, which, while beneficial for cardiovascular health, must be carefully monitored in individuals with severely reduced kidney function. For those in early to moderate stages of kidney strain, the potassium in a fresh peach is generally well tolerated. What makes peaches particularly interesting is their fiber content and their high water density, both of which support the body's broader detoxification systems. Traditional European herbalism frequently cited peach leaf and fruit as tonics for the bladder and renal tract. This is one of those fruits where the ancestral observation and modern biochemistry are moving toward the same conclusion. If you have been finding this information valuable, and if you believe this kind of deep, research-supported knowledge deserves to reach more people, now would be a wonderful moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We go further than most health content dares to go, and your support makes it possible to keep doing that. Now, let's get into the second half of our list, where things get significantly more interesting. Number 11. Kiwi. For its size, the kiwi is arguably the most nutrient-dense fruit on this entire list. A single kiwi contains more vitamin C than an orange, significant vitamin K, folate, and a unique enzyme called actinidin that supports protein digestion. Research suggests that kiwi consumption may help reduce blood pressure, and hypertension is one of the leading drivers of kidney damage. The alkalizing potential of kiwi, combined with its diuretic properties, has made a subject of growing interest in nutritional nephrology. Studies indicate that regular kiwi consumption may help reduce markers of oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which are central to the mechanism of creatinine elevation. Eaten in the evening, 2 small kiwis provide a quiet but consistent flush of antioxidant activity precisely when the kidneys shift into their deepest repair mode. Number 7 is coming, and kiwi's role will make more sense once you hear it. Number 10, apples. The old saying is not just folklore. Apples contain a soluble fiber called pectin that research suggests may help reduce creatinine levels by binding to certain waste products in the gut and facilitating their excretion before they can re-enter the bloodstream. This is a concept called enteric elimination, and it is one of the most overlooked pathways in natural kidney support. When the gut efficiently removes waste, the kidneys face a lower filtration burden. Traditional Ayurvedic medicine prescribed cooked apple preparations for kidney disorders. Not raw apple, but gently cooked, which breaks down the pectin into a more bioavailable form. A baked apple in the evening, with no added sugar and perhaps a sprinkle of cinnamon, is a centuries-old remedy that modern fiber research is now validating in a new and compelling light. Number 9. Pomegranate. Few fruits carry the symbolic weight of pomegranate across cultures. It appears in ancient Greek mythology, in the Torah, in the Quran, in Hindu texts, and in Roman medicine. Everywhere that ancient civilization flourished, the pomegranate was revered as a symbol of life and renewal. And science is now finding out why. Pomegranate contains punicalagins and punicic acid, compounds with some of the highest antioxidant activity ever measured in a natural food source. Research suggests pomegranate extract may help reduce inflammation in kidney tissue and support kidney function in individuals with chronic kidney disease. Studies in animal models have found that pomegranate supplementation was associated with reduced creatinine and urea levels. While human trials are ongoing, the convergence of traditional reverence and modern research is difficult to dismiss. A small glass of pure pomegranate juice in the evening, or a quarter of a fresh pomegranate, is one of the most potent nighttime kidney protocols available from a natural source. Number 8. Pears. Pears are gentle. They're the fruit that no one talks about, but perhaps should. They're low in potassium, low in phosphorus, and relatively low in sodium, a combination that makes them exceptionally well suited for kidney support. They are also rich in glutathione, often called the master antioxidant, which the body uses to neutralize toxins at the cellular level. Glutathione depletion is associated with accelerated kidney aging. Beyond glutathione, pears contain anti-inflammatory flavonoids and a significant amount of pectin, adding another layer of the enteric elimination benefit we discussed with apples. In traditional Chinese medicine, pears were used specifically to support the water organs, the kidneys and bladder, during the autumn season, which practitioners considered the time of renal vulnerability. The evening application is straightforward. 1 ripe pear before sleep, unpeeled, to preserve the phytochemical content near the skin. Number 7. Coconut. Here is the one that surprises nearly everyone. Most people think of coconut as a fat source, something to be cautious about. But it is the water of the young green coconut, not the meat, that hold a remarkable profile for kidney support. Coconut water contains cytokinins, natural plant hormones that research suggests have anti-aging effects on human cells. It is naturally isotonic, meaning it matches the electrolyte composition of blood plasma with extraordinary closeness. Traditional medicine in tropical cultures across Africa, Southeast Asia, South America, and the Caribbean have used fresh coconut water for what they called kidney washing for centuries. Modern research has validated its diuretic properties and its ability to reduce urinary crystal formation. Perhaps most significantly, studies suggest coconut water may help reduce creatinine and urea levels when consumed consistently. The evening glass of fresh coconut water, not packaged, not sweetened, but fresh from a young green coconut, may be one of the simplest and most elegant kidney interventions on this entire list. This is why number 7 changes the conversation. Number 6. Guava. Guava is one of those fruits that the Western world largely ignores, but traditional healers from West Africa to the Philippines have relied on for generations. The fruit is extraordinarily rich in vitamin C, containing 4 times the amount found in an orange by weight. It also contains lycopene, quercetin, and a range of polyphenol that research suggests have powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. For kidney health, the quercetin content is particularly significant. Studies indicate that quercetin may help protect kidney cells from damage caused by oxidative stress and may reduce the inflammatory signaling that contributes to declining renal function. Guava is also naturally high in fiber, supporting the gut-kidney elimination axis we explore with apples and pears. A ripe guava in the evening provides a concentrated burst of phytochemicals that the body can process during the overnight period, and the seeds, often discarded, are among the most fiber-rich parts. Number 5. Starfruit, with a critical caution. Starfruit is fascinating, and it deserves a place on this list precisely because it illustrates how nuanced kidney nutrition must be. In traditional Southeast Asian medicine, starfruit was used as a cooling, diuretic fruit believed to support kidney and bladder clearance. Modern research confirms it contains oxalic acid and a range of antioxidants with genuine diuretic and anti-inflammatory properties. For individuals with healthy kidney function or mild early-stage creatinine elevation, moderate consumption may be supportive. However, and this is critical, starfruit contains a neurotoxic compound called caramboxin that healthy kidneys filter out effectively, but which can accumulate to dangerous levels in people with significantly reduced kidney function. This is not a fruit for everyone watching this video. It is here because it represents an important truth about natural medicine. Context matters. Dose matters. Individual kidney capacity matters. Always consult your physician before incorporating starfruit if your creatinine levels are significantly elevated. Number 4. Black plum or jamun. In Ayurvedic medicine, jamun, the black plum, has been used for centuries as a tonic for the kidneys, liver, and blood. Modern nutritional science has found it contains jambaline and jambicine, compounds believed to support glucose regulation, as well as high concentrations of anthocyanins and ellagic acid. Research suggests ellagic acid may have protective effects on kidney cells exposed to toxins and oxidative damage. Jamon is also one of the few fruits studied specifically in the context of diabetic nephropathy, kidney damage caused by diabetes, which is among the most common drivers of elevated creatinine worldwide. The seeds of the jamon fruit, dried and powdered, have been used in Ayurvedic practice as a kidney tonic for over 2,000 years. The alignment between this ancient application and what modern biochemistry is finding about ellagic acid and anthocyanins in kidney tissue protection is one of the more compelling stories in integrative medicine. Number 3. Mulberries. Mulberries appear in Chinese imperial medical texts dating back over 2,000 years. The ancient Chinese physician Li Shizhen, whose Compendium of Materia Medica remains one of the greatest medical documents ever written, described mulberries as a fruit that nourishes the blood, benefits the kidneys, and supports the liver. He was describing what we now understand as a complex interaction of resveratrol, anthocyanins, rutin, and a compound called DNJ, or deoxynitromycin, that has been found in research to inhibit certain carbohydrate metabolizing enzymes, potentially reducing postprandial glucose spikes. For kidney health, the significance is multi-layered. Blood sugar control, antioxidant protection, and anti-inflammatory activity all converge in a single fruit. Studies suggest mulberry consumption may reduce markers of oxidative stress in kidney tissue. Eaten fresh in the evening or consumed as a small amount of unsweetened mulberry juice, they offer a depth of benefit that far exceeds their quiet reputation. Number 2. Amla, Indian gooseberry. If there is one fruit in the Ayurvedic pharmacopoeia that has been validated by modern science more consistently than any other, is amla. The Indian gooseberry has been used in Ayurvedic medicine for over 5,000 years as a rejuvenative tonic, a rasaiyana, believed to restore vitality to every organ system, with a particular emphasis on the kidneys, liver, and blood. Modern research has found that amla contains some of the highest concentrations of vitamin C in the plant kingdom, along with tannins, gallic acid, and ellagic acid that appear to be responsible for its extraordinary antioxidant activity. Studies indicate amla extract may help protect kidney cells from nephrotoxic damage, may reduce oxidative stress markers, and may support creatinine clearance. Research in animal models has shown significant reductions in serum creatinine levels with consistent amla supplementation. Human studies are still limited, but the convergence of 5,000 years of clinical observation and a growing body of biochemical evidence is impossible to overlook. A small amla fruit eaten in the evening, or a teaspoon of amla powder in warm water, is perhaps the single most ancient kidney protocol known to humanity. Number 1. Cucumber, and why it changes everything. You did not expect this. The most studied, most ancient, most consistently validated fruit for kidney support and creatinine management, a fruit that is technically a fruit though we treat it as a vegetable, is the humble cucumber. And the reason this changes everything is not because of some exotic compound or rare phytochemical. It is because cucumber reveals the central truth of everything we have discussed today. Cucumber is approximately 96% water. It contains silica, which research suggests supports kidney and connective tissue integrity. It has natural diuretic properties, and studies indicate it may support the kidneys in flushing urea, uric acid, and creatinine more effectively than plain water alone, likely due to its unique mineral balance and trace electrolyte content. Traditional medicine in ancient Persia, India, and Rome all independently used cucumber as a kidney cleanser. It was not a coincidence. It was observation across centuries and cultures converging on the same biological truth. But the deeper lesson is this: cucumber is not exotic. It is not expensive. It is not hidden. It has been sitting in your kitchen, in your garden, in your local market this entire time. And that is precisely the point. The knowledge that best supports your health was never locked behind a laboratory wall or a prescription pad. It was growing in the ground. It was passed down in grandmother's remedies. It was written in ancient texts that most of us no longer read. What most people don't realize is that the crisis of chronic kidney disease in the modern world is not primarily a pharmaceutical failure. It is a nutritional amnesia. We forgot what the body actually needs because we were told that nature was not enough. But the evidence, from ancient Ayurveda to modern nephrology, from traditional Chinese medicine to contemporary antioxidant research, keeps pointing back to the same direction. Plants, timing, hydration, consistency. Eaten in the evening hours, sliced fresh cucumber can be one of the gentlest and most effective tools in your nightly kidney reset protocol. No prescription required. So here's where we land. 20 fruits. 20 windows into a much larger truth. Your kidneys are not passive organs waiting to fail. They are dynamic, resilient, and, when properly supported, extraordinarily capable of maintaining balance. The creatinine number on your lab report is not a verdict. It is a signal, and your response to that signal can either accelerate the problem or gently, consistently, over time, begin to reverse it. The ancients did not have creatinine tests, but they had observation, patience, and an intimate relationship with the natural world that we have largely severed. What modern science is now doing, slowly, imperfectly, one study at a time, is translating that ancient relationship back into a language we trust. The translation is incomplete. The research is ongoing, but the direction is clear. Eat the fruits. Time them thoughtfully. Support your kidneys the way the human body was designed to be supported, through what grows from the earth, taken with care, with consistency, and with the quiet respect that the body deserves. Now here's the question I want to leave you with, and I genuinely want to hear your answer in the comments below. Which of these 20 fruits surprised you the most? And if you have been using any of them already, have you noticed a difference? Share your experience, because the conversation between ancient knowledge and lived experience is one that this community needs to keep having. If this video gave you something valuable, a new perspective, a practical idea, or simply a sense that your health is more within your own hands than you were told, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. Like it, subscribe, and remember, the most powerful medicine in the world has always been the one growing quietly, waiting to be remembered.